Hey, how's it going, Old School Runescape, and welcome back to another weekly recap. Kicking things off with Gameblast 2016. Being a 24-hour livestream hosted here at Jagex, we invited special guests to compete in challenges with hopes of raising money for charity. And we're very proud to announce we managed to raise over $150,000. If you'd like to watch any of the Old School specific highlights back, you can find links to the streamer Q&A, Mod Ronan's Bowl Cut, and the Old School bot busting segment linked below. Up next, we have this week's updates. Firstly, the changes to Great Karen. As you may have noticed, Great Karen was hit by a vicious storm. Once it passed, the citizens came to realize the statue had disappeared, and an architect by the name of Hosa is attempting to erect a new statue and needs your help. And speaking of Zeah, there have also been changes to the pathways and scenery to make it more aesthetically pleasing to the player. Following that, you can now unlock multiple prayer books for a one-time fee of 5,000 coins from Josic. And Vengeance now has a cooldown. As you can see, when waiting on the ability to cast Vengeance again, the icon will be grayed out. And lastly, the gate found just outside the eastern entrance of Varrock can now be used by the players who have achieved 153 kudos from a Varrock museum. Now, in addition to all of that, we've added a new dev blog on Lootshare, and we highly encourage you give this dev blog a read because it's quite in-depth and we want you to fully understand everything before voting. So let's move on to this week's Q&A, where we discuss Dead Man Mode seasonals, Slayer Caves, and Zenite Jewelry.
Mod Ash, do your elbow thing. Been a while.
Oh, forget drum roll.
Hoodie off and everything.
Oh, the fingers.
And lastly, we have this week's Player Spotlight feature. Starting off with Sigurd Ross, who managed to get a Dark Core pet and an Elysian Sigil in the same drop. Truly remarkable RNG right there. And speaking of RNG, MMORPG-RS finally managed to receive a Dragon Warhammer drop after about 16,000 kills. And finally, we have Faux Freedom, who raised money for 20 hours during Gameblast from his followers to contribute to the Well of Goodwill. And the grand total ended up being over 15 billion coins, translating to $15,000. Now that's incredible. So that about sums up this week in Old School RuneScape. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with the game, and aside from that, we'll thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next week.